Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's fundamental breakdown. My name is Anthony Njoku, and I'm the founder of 10x Digital Lane, where everyone who has a knowledge gap in digital trading can be able to learn the right formula, have the right mindset, have the right support and team behind them to be able to achieve success in the digital trading industry. So if this is your first time, how this is going to go is that I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to discuss about the fundamentals, which is going to drive the market for this week, for the time period of 29th April to 3rd of May. Okay, so please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, so whenever we go live for our training you'll be notified, and don't forget to comment below if you have any questions at all. Comment below, because yesterday evening we had our question and answer session and a lot of people were able to join and they asked their questions and we were able to answer their questions one after the other. So today we'll be going through the fundamentals. We'll be just discussing about the fundamentals, what is going to happen in the market for this week. Then we're going to share some opportunities at the end. So if you can be able to watch the end, you grab these opportunities and enroll for our classes. So let me share my screen right now. Okay, so if you can be able to see my screen, please type Forex on the comment section. If you can see my screen right now, type Forex on the comment section. If you can see my screen, type Forex on the comment section. Let me confirm that everyone can see my screen. Type Forex on the comment section. If you can see my screen, type Forex on the comment section. Okay, David DK says he can see my screen. So that's good news. That's good news. Okay, fantastic. So what we are currently looking at is Ekene says you can see my screen as well. That's good news. Okay, so what we are looking at right now is the fundamentals, and we have different type of analysis. Okay, in our academy we're going to teach you about different type of analysis. We teach you about technical analysis, reading the chart, how to read the chart, which is the body. I see the chart as the body of the market. Then fundamental analysis, how to read fundamental analysis. I see fundamental analysis as the bloodline of the body. Sentimental analysis, I see sentimental analysis as the direction of the body when it is working together with the blood, because you as an individual, you have emotion, if you have a brain, if you want to act, you have a plan, you execute upon your plan. Sentimental analysis, people will be sentimental and say, okay, this is the direction this individual is going to act because of this happened and because of that happened, I expect this individual to act this way and react this way. That is sentimental analysis. Okay, the body and the blood works together. You cannot get the body without the blood, you cannot get the blood without the body. It works together. Okay, that's why we always take time to break down this fundamental analysis. And I'm going to give you guys some extra tips today. Please, if you have your notebook and your pen, take down notes. I'm giving you guys some extra tips. This education I learned from a professional level, I'm giving you now as a tip. When it comes to fundamental analysis, okay, we have about 4 core fundamental analysis we should look out for in the market. 4 core fundamental analysis you should look out for in the market. Okay, and this fundamental analysis comprises of what? First, CPI, which is inflation. Okay, unemployment rate, interest rate, okay, CPI, inflation, unemployment rate, interest rate, to be able to control the CPI. Okay, and the last one is let me see, GDP, CPI, unemployment rate, interest rate, and GDP. I'll take out my time and break this 4 important news for you today. Take down notes. So in a country, inflation is the act whereby the prices of goods and services are increasing. Currently in Nigeria, inflation is at a 30% high, which means that if you're earning minimum wage, 30% of your minimum wage is going to food in Nigeria right now. Okay, and they are still anticipating that it will still be hiked by next month, because this inflation data is released every month by the central bank of any country. So whenever they release that inflation is 30% high in food, that means that you're spending your major income 30% on food. If they say that inflation is 30% high on transportation, you're spending 30% of your income on transportation. So when the banks see that inflation is happening like this, the mechanism they use to control inflation is what they call interest rate. If they see that inflation is going up and up and up, they always increase interest rates so that inflation will go down and down and down. That is the mechanism the banks have to be able to what? Handle the economical system of the country. Okay, they use these policies to handle the economical situation of the country, just like some policies we have been seeing lately in my country today, Nigeria. There is a system whereby they say that we must keep a certain percentage of dollar in our bank account. Okay, this was enrolled by the CBN. It is a circular. Okay, a certain percent. There's a certain, and then secondly, there are some people that used to use their dollar to go and take loan collaterals for naira. They have produced a circular that you shouldn't use your dollar to take loan collateral in Nigeria for naira. You understand? That within 90 days, any loan like that should be dissolved. If you want to take loan, use naira collateral to take naira loan, not use dollar collateral. All these things are policies implemented by the central bank to make sure that they control inflation. And the two major things that they have pointed out that makes inflation increase in Nigeria is, one, diesel, the price of oil, diesel, and two, exchange rates. To be honest with you, our exchange rate has started picking up again. Last week, we were able to know that central bank sold to BDCs, groomed the change, at the exchange rate of 1,100 naira per dollar. But at the moment whereby they were selling 1,100 naira per dollar, exchange rate was at 1,250 naira per dollar. It also increased to 1,300 that day they were selling. So CBN was not controlling the exchange rate, and they said that exchange rate is about 70% cause of the inflation happening in Nigeria. So the CBN wants to control exchange rate. They want to control the supply of diesel. That's why there is an AFRI loan of about $1 billion that will be supplied into Nigeria by next month, May. But let me just round it up. Let's not go deeper. Inflation and interest rate. They use interest rate to control inflation. And interest rate is if you want to go and take loans from the bank, okay, the interest you pay on these loans can be very massive. You can be paying 40%, 45%. And this is what fundamental analysis. It can determine what happens to a currency to make it stronger or weaker. Okay. Then another one I spoke of is the GDP, gross domestic product. GDP, gross domestic product. This is a mechanism to monitor the strength. This is a mechanism to monitor the strength of a currency. The way it grew within a year, the way it grew within a month. This is what GDP is. And the fourth one I said of CPI, which is inflation, interest rate, GDP, and unemployment rate. These are the major news I look out for. Unemployment rate means that these people are not employed, so they don't receive employment benefit like salary, and they cannot be able to maintain themselves. They cannot be able to pay for their bills, so money is not flowing into their pockets or is not distributed well in the economy, and this can cause a very massive effect in the life of the economy. Okay, so if the unemployment rate is high, it is bad for the economy. If the unemployment rate is low, it is good for the economy. If GDP is high, it is good for the economy. If GDP is low, it is bad for the economy. If inflation is increasing on the chart, that currency is going to be strong for that day. If inflation decreases on the chart, that currency is going to be weak for that day. If interest rate is hiked, if interest rate is increased on the chart, that currency is going to be strong that day. If interest rate is reduced on the chart, that currency is going to be weak. Do you understand? Or if interest rate is kept steady on the chart, that currency is going to be weak. If it is kept steady, that currency will be weak. Okay, so that is what you need to know about these fundamentals and the ones I watch out for within a week. Every other one is a supplement to this. Okay, it is a supplement. So guys, while I dive into to break this down, we are trading the forex market, and on Mondays and Fridays we don't call out major signals because of manipulation. We'll be sending signals from tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay, but if you want to join us, I'll drop you the link to register with our broker. A broker is like a bank. Okay, a broker is like a bank whereby if you register with them, verify with your NIN or your international passport, you can be able to deposit dollar into this bank and use this dollar to trade the forex market and make profit. With the help of this bank, you can also make your withdrawals. So let's dive into the fundamentals for today. On Monday, this is April 29, 2024, we have Germany CPI year over year, okay, by 9 o'clock. And there's extra tip I'll teach you. So watch to the end. I'll give you extra tips. Today we're just talking fundamentals. We're not going into technical. So I'll give you extra tips. So on the consensus, we have no data. We have different data here. Okay. We have on the top date, which is the date when the news will be done, and the time in West African time, 9 o'clock. Everything is here is 9 o'clock. So within 1 hour and 43 minutes, over here it shows you the time left. Within 1 hour and 43 minutes, this news will be announced. The event is this. This is the event. CPI year over year, inflation. CPI month over month, inflation. CPI year over year, inflation. Month over month, inflation. And I told you the major news you watch out for is what? CPI, GDP, interest rate, and unemployment rate. My past experience in the forex market for the past 8 years has shown me that these four news within the first 15 minutes of its announcement, moves the market by 20 minimum pips to about 50 to 100 pips and more. Within the first 15 minutes of its announcement. That is why I pointed out these four. We have other news that are marked as high impact news. And when I say high impact news, you see over here they wrote impact high, which means that when it is announced, when this event is announced in the market, it is known aware to us. Okay, there is massive reaction in the state of the economy in that particular part of the world. Like in Germany now, if this news is announced by 9 o'clock our time, everybody in Germany will start saying, ah man, I used to buy this grocery for this also amount of euro, but now it has increased by so amount of euros. That is inflation, CPI. The same thing happening in Nigeria now. Yes, last week we bought for 650. Yesterday we bought for 720. CPI. You need to be able to understand this, that it is a mechanism. It is happening in every part of the world. There is no world there is no country that is a holy grail. There is no country that is a holy grail. The same opportunity you have in Europe is the same opportunity you can have here in Nigeria. If you're able to change your mindset and see opportunities instead of problems. So with that said, we have previous. Previous is the previous inflation. Okay, the inflation data. So last month of January, February, March, we had previous data of 1.6% inflation. So in their economy, if they are paying them salary, they spend at least 1.6% of their money on whatever inflation this is. Okay, or this is the increase of inflation. Okay, this is the increase of inflation based on food, transportation, and so on and so forth. And if I break this down more, you can be able to read it. Let's say I click on this once. What I'm using is my FX book. I click on it once. Let us go deeper. Let us read this like a textbook, because if you read it, you'll be able to make good decisions. Over here it says a higher than expected figure should be seen as positive, bullish for what? Euro. So anything Euro USD, Euro will be strong. Anything Euro AUD, Euro will be strong. Euro GBP, Euro will be strong. Okay, because of this CPI. If we have a higher CPI rate, that is how it affects the market. Okay. Okay. But if we have a lower CPI, a lower interest rate, okay, Euro will be bullish. So to some point, you can see that even the central banks want CPI to be high. Even the big whales want CPI, big businesses want CPI to be high. This will give them the leverage to increase the prices of their goods and services in stock. So we have consensus, which is what people are saying. Consensus is like sentiment. Consensus is like sentiment. What people are saying that the CPI will be, and actually is the original data that will be announced by 9 o'clock. Currently, we just have 1.6% previous. We don't have any consensus yet. But let me break this down. On this inflation rate year over year for Germany, we have a previous data. We have a consensus sentiment. And this is where my tip comes in. This is where my tip comes in. At the moment whereby we have just the previous data, and over here, inflation rate year over year for Germany, which will be announced by 1 p.m. West African time today. The previous inflation is 2.2%. The previous inflation is 2.2%. And the consensus, the sentiment, what people think it will be, what analysts think it will be, what bankers think it will be, what investors think the inflation will be by 1 p.m. West African time. They're saying this could be 2.3%, which is a consensus. David DK says I should show the screen where I am, where you are reading from. Please, if you can see my screen, type Forex on the comment section. If you can see this screen where they are saying, you can see my FX book, you can see this my mouse. If you can see my screen, please type Forex on the comment section. Make out some time as you also type Forex on the comment section. Okay, your stream is freezed. Okay, thank you, David. Let me stop share. I have stopped share. Let me share again. Thank you for notifying me, David. Thank you. So if you can see my stream now, David DK, and it is not freezed, you can see my mouse is moving around. You can see this place I highlighted previous with orange. Over here I highlighted consensus with orange. Type Forex on the comment section. Please, you can see, just type Forex on the comment section. Okay, David says it is okay now. Okay, so let me share my tip. Okay, David says Forex, so he can see that it is not frozen. Let me share my tip now. Please take down notes. This is something I learned. Like, it changed my mindset about fundamental trading, and a lot of traders don't know it. A lot of analysts don't know it. The previous data is 2.2%. Inflation rate is increase of products and services within a country. Okay, and last month's own was 22.2%. Okay, investors, bankers, okay, are saying that this inflation that they announced 2.2% last month, March, we have April data coming out today by what? 1 o'clock. We have April data coming out by 1 o'clock today. Bankers are saying consensus sentiment that this can increase to 2.3%. Before 1 o'clock, the market is working with the consensus. Before 1 o'clock, the market is working with the consensus, which means that if you click on this button, inflation ratio over here, let us click on it. Today we're talking about fundamental. We're not talking about technical. We're taking our time to talk about fundamental. If we click on, thank you, I love this data. If you click on that information on my FX group, if you use your laptop, on the phone it might be halfway. Let us read what is this information all about. They says Germany's most important category in the consumer price index, inflation for short. Consumer price index is CPI. Inflation, that's the meaning, are the most important categories. So when prices of things are increasing, there is a particular category of the economy that is very, very important. One is housing, house rent. In United States, in Germany, they used to pay monthly. Rents are paid monthly. It is not paid yearly like us here in Nigeria. Rent can be increased. House rent. They pay for their water supply, water. They pay for electricity tariff. They pay for gas. Gas is supplied to them into their house. They don't need to go and buy gas. And other fuels, which accounts for 32% of the total weight. So 32% of this inflation data is affected. It affects this sector. If inflation is increasing, it affects this sector. Then transportation accounts for 13%. Recreation, entertainment and culture, 11%. Food and non-alcoholic beverages accounts for 10%. The index also comprises malicious goods and services, 7%. Furniture, lighting equipment and appliances and other household equipment, 5%. Restaurant and accommodation services, 5%. Health, 5%. Clothing and footwear, 5%. The remaining 7% of the index is made up of the following category: alcohol, beverages and tobacco, communication and education institution. So this affects every area of the economy. Anywhere you are working, it affects. As far as inflation is increasing, it affects every area. It is a normal trajectory. It happens in every part of the world. So whenever inflation increases, a higher than expected figure should be seen as positive for euro. So euro will be strong. Once that news is announced that it is higher than the expected figure, it is what making euro strong. But if we get a lower than expected figure, we expect euro to be weak. This news is announced by the Federal Statistics Office in Europe, Germany. So what I'm trying to let you know is that my tip is currently the market is working with a consensus. Consensus is 2.3. 2.3 is higher than 2.2. And they told you that if the information is higher than the previous, it is good for euro. This morning, euro is strong. This morning, euro is strong. But when we get the actual news by 1 o'clock, and the actual news by 1 o'clock is higher than this consensus, and the actual news by 1 o'clock is higher than this consensus, it is good for euro. But if the actual news by 1 o'clock is lower than the consensus, it is bad for euro. The actual news is higher than the consensus, it is good for euro. If the actual news is lower than the consensus, it is bad for euro. What I mean is this: by 1 o'clock, you see 13 o'clock West African time, we're going to get the original news. This one is speculation. Consensus is speculation. What bankers, investors think it will happen. Okay? If you can see my screen and it is not frozen, please type Forex on the comment section. If you can see my screen and it is not frozen and you can hear me, okay, type Forex on the comment section. If you have any questions, ask on the comment section. Today is about fundamental. We're discussing fundamental. Ask your questions on the comment section, okay? If you are getting value, smash the like button. So with that said, over here is actual. The actual news is going to be announced by 1 o'clock, okay? Once this actual news is announced and it is higher than the consensus, okay, it is good for euro, which means that probably by 1 we see 2.4, okay, because inflation, they don't like to hike it very massive. We see 2.4, 2.5. Then this consensus will be very high, okay. This consensus will not be available anymore. No, it will not be valid anymore. Yes, this consensus will not be valid anymore. If you can see my screen, please smash the like button and comment below. If you can see my screen, comment Forex. I can see David DK says you can see my screen. He commented Forex. If you have any questions, send it on the comment section. Any questions about what I'm discussing, send it on the comment section. If you missed the video recording, go back. We already talked about 4 news we watch out for all the time, and how you can trade this news on your phone. So this is what you see. The actual, if the actual is higher than the consensus, it is good. Then if we see 2.4, euro USD will be going up massively by 1 o'clock. Okay, 15 minutes after the announcement is done, by 1 o'clock, euro USD will be running very up if it is 2.4. But if the data is 2.2, euro USD will be falling. Euro USD will be falling. The price of euro USD will be going down and down and down because the actual news is lower than the consensus. The market is working with the consensus and the previous now. I have made myself clear. So on Tuesday, we have AUD retail sales month over month. Retail sales has to do with retail stores. Okay, GMT Twin said that he can see my screen. Retail stores in Australia, the amount of sales they have made, the amount of sales. If they make more sales, these businesses will recoup, will have more money. And if they have more money, they can pay their employees. If they can pay their employees, then the business will be running. And then the economy will be good. So if this data by 2:30 a.m. West African time on Tuesday is higher than consensus, currently the consensus is lower than the previous, okay, before 2 a.m. Australian dollar will be weak. Because of this consensus is lower than the previous, the market is working with the consensus and the previous before the actual shows up. So if the actual shows up and it is higher than the consensus, probably we get 0.4 as the actual. Euro USD will be strong. Anthony Njoku says you can see my screen. Fantastic. AUD USD will be strong because the actual is higher than the consensus. But the market is working currently with the consensus. I want you to ingrain this in your brain, and you need to be disciplined about it. Because of the market makers can manipulate you with these fundamentals. You can see that the news is bad for a particular pair. Like on Friday, I mentioned it with you guys. We saw unemployment was bad for euro, and other factors was bad for euro. But we bought euro GBP because of the structure was telling us to buy. The body wants to buy, but the blood is not ready to buy. The blood wants to sell. That's what happened to euro GBP on Friday. It sold. okay, and took us out. That was the manipulation I told you guys. We don't send signals on Mondays and on Friday. To avoid manipulation, the best time to trade is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when there is high liquidity and high volume in the market, when the market has picked a certain direction it wants to go to. Okay, if you want to get our signals, if you want to join our group, our WhatsApp group, the link is on the description. If you want to register for our broker to fund your account and join our signal group, the link is on the description. The video guide is on the description too. So retail sales, if you see a figure higher than 0.2% by 2:30 a.m. West African time, it is going to be good for euro. Early London session 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, we have GDP growth. And I told you, GDP is one of those news that after the announcement, within the next 15 minutes, there's massive reaction in the market. If you see a GDP higher than 1.2% by 6:30 a.m. West African time, it is good for euro, okay, which is France. This is France GDP, okay. If you see a figure higher than 1.2%, it is good for euro. Then, exactly by 6:30 again, we have GDP quarter over quarter and year over year. It is similar. Quarter over quarter is okay. Quarter is like the last 3 months compared to these 3 months. Okay, the last 3 months compared to these 3 months. Why year over year is last year compared to this year. You need to understand these things. This thing they wrote QOQ is quarter over quarter. YOY is year over year, and all these things has meaning. It has meaning to the market. Then by 7 o'clock tomorrow, Tuesday, we have retail sales for Germany. Okay, if you see a figure higher than 0.7%, it is good for euro. If you see a figure lower than 0.7%, it is bad for the euro. Then we have retail sales year over year. They are comparing last year data with this year's data. If we have a figure higher than -2%, it is good for euro. If we have -1%, it is good because we are upgrading. Last year we got -2%. This year we are getting -1%. It is good for euro. Inflation rate, another news we watch out for. 7:45 a.m. One of the high impact news that moved the market within 15 minutes. And the 4 high impact news we say that moved the market within 15 minutes. Can somebody list it on the comment section? If you have been watching this since the start, what are the 4 high impact news we watch out for within the market in the first 15 minutes that moved the market within the first 15 minutes? If you remember that, drop it on the comment section. The first person gets a reward from me. That means that you are active. The first person that drops it on the comment section gets a reward from me. The 4 high impact news that we say moves the market within the first 15 minutes. I'm watching out for the first comment that will drop the 4 high impact news. Then we have inflation rate year over year for France. If the inflation rate is higher than 2.1%, it is good for euro, France. Then we have unemployment change and unemployment rate. We watch out for unemployment rate mainly. If we see a percentage higher than 5.9%, it is bad for euro. If we see a figure lower than 5.9%, it is good for euro. Why? In an economy, we need people to be employed and they need to earn salary so that they can be able to maintain themselves and be able to operate very well. Okay? Because employment is very important. Your employee will pay you, you receive the salary, and you can be able to use that money and what? Sponsor the economy. The money is not going to be in your hand forever. You need to buy your needs. You need to pay your transportation. You need to buy your food, pay for your rent. You understand? And all these things is going to help in the contribution of the economy of Nigeria, because of any country at all. Okay, you'll be able to what? Supply this money into different sectors of the economy, and the economy will keep running. Money does not stay in one place. That's why every rich man, once you wake up in the morning, the 5 things you need to think of is, how can I use my money and multiply my money? How can I invest this money to make more money? We don't think of saving. Any rich person today doesn't think of saving. A rich person thinks of calculated risk. How can I invest so that this money can multiply and make more money? That is what we think of. Do you understand? Because we know that money does not stay in one place. One team must take it. Even if you lock yourself in a room, one team must take that money. So invest it so it can give you cash flow, continuous returns, even appreciation in assets, and so on and so forth. So I'm giving you tips. Take down notes. This is our class. I'm giving you tips now. I've not seen the first person that have dropped the 4 high impact news that reacts within 15 minutes. Nobody has dropped it. Let's say I don't want this reward, I won't give you this money. Okay. So the next is GDP growth for Europe. GDP, which has to do with the growth of the economy, quarter over quarter, the last 3 months compared to this current 3 months. If you see a figure higher than 0.1%, it is good for Europe. Okay, so I see GM Twins has already dropped. He says unemployment 1, CPI 2, inflation 3. Okay, it's meant to be 4. It's meant to be 4, but you tried. Thank you. You tried, but it's meant to be 4. GM Twins, you tried. If you don't get any other person's answer before this training ends, then you win the prize. You send me a message. You send me your GM Twins. He said unemployment 1. Okay, GM Twins dropped another one. GM Twins says inflation 1, unemployment 2. FOMC. What is FOMC? What is FOMC? David, you just dropped one answer. What is FOMC? David, did I say FOMC? What is FOMC? Okay. David, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So let's continue. We have. I'm still waiting for you guys' answer. If I see a better answer that will win the prize, good. So we have Euro by 10 o'clock tomorrow, which is inflation. Euro Central. This is Euro Central. This is their flag. Euro Central. Okay. Then if we have a figure higher than 126.1%, it is good for Euro. It is terrific for Euro. You understand? Then inflation rate over here, GDP growth. We just need a figure higher than this current figure. Okay. It is good for the economy. But whenever it comes to anything that has to do with unemployment rate, we need the figure to be lower than the current figure. Okay, David asked what my question. The question for the last time I'm mentioning it now is that what are the 4 high impact news you mentioned that within the first 15 minutes of its announcement moved the market by 20 pips to. Okay, we have an answer already. We have Ekene. Ekene says CPI, inflation, unemployment rate, GSP. What is GSP? What is GSP, Ekene? I don't know what GSP is. And the last one is interest rates. Okay, so far, Ekene has given the best answer. Okay, but this GSP, that's what is conflicting for me. I think what you mean is GDP. That S is meant to be D. Okay, so Ekene, so far your answer is quite in order. CPI, inflation rate, unemployment rate, okay, GDP and interest rate. If you don't learn any other thing today on this call, master this one. These are the high impact news due to my 8 years experience in trading. High impact news that always impact the market within the first 15 minutes of its announcement. It moves the market by 15 pips minimum and up to 100 pips and more. Okay, so Ekene has given the total news. Okay, we also got another answer by the Jim's Twins. He said inflation, unemployment, interest rate, and CPI. Jim Twins, CPI and inflation is the same thing. CPI and inflation is the same thing. So don't confuse yourself, please. Anywhere you see inflation, it means CPI. Anywhere you see CPI, it means inflation. Anywhere you see those two things, know it is it. Okay. Then David DK says we have retail sales and non-farm payroll. Yes, non-farm payroll is employment. It is under employment. Those who are being paid. Okay. Non-farm payroll is employment. Okay, it is high impact news. That's why I generalized it under employment and unemployment. Those who are paid. Okay, retail sales is high impact news, but within the first 15 minutes, I'm talking about the top 4. The top four, yes, non-farm payroll is meant to be part of it, okay? But the top four is employment, okay? Employment and non-farm payroll is like 5 and 6. CPI and inflation is 5 and 6, okay? GDP is different. It has only one illustration, GDP. And lastly is interest rate. Very important. And there is a week whereby the market will keep giving you interest rate upon interest rate upon interest rate, which is mainly the most juicy week of all time, okay? And we can be trading it and making more profits. I hope you guys got value. So far, Ekene is the one that gave us the best answer. So Ekene, you reach out to me on WhatsApp, and then your reward will be given to you. Meanwhile, the next is retail sales. Retail sales by 10 o'clock for euro. Retail sales by 10 o'clock year over year. If you see a figure higher than -7%, it is good for euro. This is for Greece. Mainly, it has to do with total sales of products and services within Greece. Then we have inflation rates year over year. Inflation rate year over year, which has to do with the inflation last year and inflation this year. For Italy, it affects euro currency, okay? Euro USD, euro GBP, euro AUD, euro NZD. It's going to affect it. Once the data is strong, higher than 1%, it is good for euro. Then to wrap up Tuesday, we have employment changes and unemployment rates. We look out for this unemployment rates more. We respect looking out for unemployment rates more than employment changes, because this is also a duplicate of unemployment rates, okay? So if we see a figure higher than 4.3%, it is bad for NZD by 11:45 p.m. tomorrow evening, Tuesday. When we see a figure lower than 4.3%, it is good for NZD. We are going to expect NZD to be strong heading into Wednesday. We're going to see NZD to be strong heading into Wednesday. And if you notice, for the past 2 weeks, AUD pairs and NZD pairs have been leading the market consistently. They can lead the market for 2 weeks in a row. Okay, so watch out for this news. Then on Wednesday, we have Judo Bank Manufacturing PMI, which has to do with the manufacturing of products and services. If you see a higher manufacturing figure, it is good for Australian dollar. Like if you see 50, which is higher than 49.9, it is good for Australian dollar. Anything AUD USD, AUD NZD will be strong. You should start buying, you should start going up, okay? But if you see a figure like 48.9, it is bad for AUD. And we're heading into Wednesday morning, you might see AUD not being strong against Euro, GBP, and other pairs. Then global manufacturing PMI for Greece. If you see a figure higher than 56, it's good. But if you see a figure lower than 56, it is bad. So this is going to tell you that everything you do matters. If you manufacture products and sell within your country, it helps the country to grow. Little things you do, it helps. Okay, you being employed itself, it helps, because all this data matters, because it has the ripple effect. Okay, being employed matters. Retail sales, selling products, even online or offline or anyhow you sell products, as far as you're selling, okay, it helps the economy. So what little actions you take, you might see it like, yes, it doesn't mean anything. It helps the economy. That's why the central banks try as much as possible to control inflation, so that they can make the environment favorable for not just the citizens, but business owners who sell and business owners who manufacture. Do you understand? That's the function of the Central Bank of Nigeria, or Central Bank of any world. Okay, I don't know. We have a lot of people on this call, and it can be from a different part of the world. Then on Wednesday, we have global manufacturing PMI, which has to do with manufacturing in London, Great Britain. Okay, if you see a figure higher than 48.7, it is good for Great Britain. If you see a figure lower than 48.7, it is bad for Great Britain. Anything GBP USD will be affected. Euro GBP will be affected. So we have ADP, employment changes, which has to do with the private sector. The private sector. In the United States of America, we have public sector, we have private sector. Public sector can be government workers. Private sectors can be company workers. Do you understand? So ADP has to do with the private sector of the economy in the United States of America. Their employment, did it increase or did it reduce? So if we see these employment changes, if we see a figure lower than 179,000, okay, lower, lower than 179,000, it is bad for this economy. But you see a figure higher, which means that people are getting jobs, people are getting jobs. It is good for the private sector. The private sector are employing people. And I have been watching the news for the past few days. I have not seen any layoff announcement like Facebook layoff, Amazon layoff, and so on and so forth. But I heard the news about Tesla layoff. Okay, that might not really affect mainly because Microsoft announced that their income is going up and they can be employing more people into their company. So there will be a slight difference in this. I think there will be an increase. All these things matter. It can even tell you what is happening in that economy without you being there. Do you understand? Then we have CAD, Global Manufacturing PMI, which has to do with the products being manufactured and exported or distributed within the economy. If you see a figure of 50.2%, it is good. If you see a figure lower than 50.2%, it is bad. Then we have USD, Global Manufacturing PMI, by 2:45 p.m. on Wednesday. If you see a figure higher than 49.9, it is good for dollar. If you see a figure lower than 49.9, it is bad for the dollar. We have ISM Manufacturing PMI. The same with the last one. Then job openings and interest rate decision. This is what my friend called FOMC. Azoro Daniel says he can see my screen. He replied comments. Thank you. This is what my friend called FOMC, interest rate decision. And I love interest rate days. And if you have been following the news, okay, the inflation in US was massive this month. So I believe that this interest rate will be unchanged. I would love to trade. If I don't even trade on Monday today, if I don't trade on Tuesday, I will not miss trading on Wednesday in the evening by 7 p.m. West African time, and we might do it live. So join us on our WhatsApp. The link to our WhatsApp is going to be on the description. Join us on our Telegram. The link to our Telegram channel is going to be on the description. We might trade interest rate decision live on Wednesday before 7 p.m. West African time. And I believe that this data will be unchanged. If this data is unchanged, I declare and I quote, if this data is unchanged, dollar will be weak. Euro USD will be going up massively. GBP USD will be going up massively. AUD USD will be going up massively because interest rate data is unchanged. The mechanism whereby the CBN used to control inflation is not changed. Inflation is going up in US. Prices of everything is going up. Housing, water, electricity is going up. Transportation is going up, and the mechanism the central bank is using to control it is not increased. It affects. So what the central bank can do is implement policies. They can start saying, okay, people in US, don't do this with your money, don't do that with your money, do this with your money, you must do this with your money, you must pay this tax. So that is what the CBN does. That's why things are happening in the economy. You will be seeing it happening, manifesting. It is all the decision made by the bodies in this CBN group or so on and so forth. So we might trade this inflation rate on Wednesday together. Then on Thursday, we have balance of trade, which has to do with total imports minus total exports. Total import minus total export. If the total, if the balance is created and the import is higher than the export, it is bad for AUD. But if the export sending out products outside the country is higher than the import, it is good for Australian dollar, and that's what this figure is telling us. Okay, by 2:30 a.m. West African time. Then consumer confidence. This has zero impact on what I think about the market. That's for Japanese yen. Consumer confidence. I believe this consumer confidence will be poor. Let me predict it. It will be poor because Japanese yen is about 36-year low. Their currency is weak, and the value of the currency has fallen by a 36-year low mechanism. You understand? So me living in Japan, I will not be happy. I will not be happy. Why? Because I cannot buy products outside my country cheaper. But because Japan has a high manufacturing and exportation ranking, the people in their country can buy and support their country by paying whatever they want inside their country. That is the implementation of what happened in Japan now. Consumer confidence will be low. it will be low because of that factor whereby their currency is lower than every other currency, is lower. For them to buy things from outside their country is going to be very, very expensive compared to them buying from Japan where they stay. Then we have CHF, retail sales month over month, has to do with the retail sales of products and services. If you see a figure higher than 0.8%, it is good for Swiss franc. If you see a figure lower than 0.8%, it is bad for Swiss franc. Then we have unemployment rate. If you see a figure higher than 6.8%, it is bad. We need unemployment to be reducing. Every country needs unemployment to be reducing so that crime rate will reduce. If unemployment is high, there will be high crime because people don't have jobs to sustain themselves. But if unemployment is low, you understand, money will be flowing into people's pocket. They can be able to handle their needs. It's simple common sense. Okay, so the next is HCOP, manufacturing PMI, the manufacturing of products, okay, in Spain. The total outcome, we have 51.3. If we have a figure higher than 51.3, it is good. But a figure lower than 51.3, it is bad for Spain. You understand? Then all this is manufacturing PMI. The same explanation for this covers all these ones. Unemployment, I already talked about it, so just watch out for it. Then on Thursday, we have initial jobless claims. One thing I love about United States of America is if you're jobless, you have jobless claims. They can give you shelter, they can give you food, they can give you clothing. You understand? These are three things you might not lack. Okay, because they have unemployment shelter. You need to come and register every day. They have a time when you come and register. I'm going to sleep in your shelter for today. You go and you register, you sleep in that shelter. The next day, if you don't come on time, you won't sleep in that shelter. That is what unemployment claims is, and that's what we watch out for. Continuous jobless claims, we don't watch out for it. It is a derivative of unemployment claims. Jobless claims 4-week average is a derivative of unemployment, initial jobless claims, sorry. Initial jobless claims means that these people has already said, I don't have a job anymore. Okay? That is why you see companies, private sectors, whenever they announce on the news in US, Tesla lay off 10,000 people, Facebook lay off 15,000 people. The government has a mechanism for those people. Unlike every other country, that if they sack you, the government don't have a plan B for you. But in US, they have a plan B, C, D for you, to be honest. So that is what this initial jobless claim. I'll go and fight to the government. I was just laid off by so company. Please, I need initial jobless claims. They will start paying you jobless claims. It ranges from $20 to about $50. I think my government just said that they will start doing that one. Although what I saw is that they're doing grants for small businesses in Nigeria. They mentioned that they'll start paying minimum wage to everybody, so amount. Let's see it now. So that's what initial jobless claims is. If the figure is higher than 212,000, it is bad. We don't need this figure to be going up. We need it to be coming down. Which means that if less people are filing for initial jobless claims, automatically they are employed. When they are employed, they're either employed by a company, or they're into retail, they're selling products and services, or they're into manufacturing, they're manufacturing and distributing within the country or exporting outside the country. Every single activity you do helps. It helps that country you stay in and that currency to be strong. That's what Forex can teach you. You're not just thinking on a layman term now, you're thinking on how can I build myself in a way that I can build my country. Not what can my country do for me. There was a president in the US that said that stop thinking of what can your country do for you. But instead think of what can I do for my country. Once you have that thinking, your life is going to change automatically and you start seeing problems you can solve. Not looking for people to solve your own problems. Simple and short. I'm giving you tips. Then on Friday, we have Judo Bank Service PMI. Judo Bank Service PMI. So for Judo Bank Service PMI, we have consensus. We have 54.2. This has to do with the service PMI. You understand? The same way we have manufacturing PMI, there is service sector. It has to do with consultation, service sector. It has to do with security, service sector. That's what this is. Okay. So if the service is higher, okay, more service sectors are offering services. Okay. Then we have a higher figure, it is good for Australian dollar. If we have a lower figure, it is bad. Then we have unemployment changes, which has to do with those who got unemployed. And unemployment rate is what we watch out for, because unemployment changes break down the unemployment rate as well within that country. So if we see a figure higher than 7.5%, it is bad for Europe. But if we see a figure lower than 7.5%, it is good. Then we have global service PMI. We have global service PMI, which has to do with the service sector within London. Then we have unemployment rate. Please, if you have any questions, drop it on the comment section. If you have any questions, drop it on the comment section. Then we have unemployment rate. I already explained it with this one. Then we have UC's unemployment rate and non-farm payroll. Wow, on Friday is non-farm payroll. The first Friday of every month is non-farm payroll, which has to do with the public sector, the government sector. Okay, those who are receiving their salary in the government sector. So if we see a figure higher than 243, it is good for dollar. Euro dollar will sell massively. GBP dollar will sell massively. AUD dollar will sell massively. You understand? Dollar will be strong on that Friday. If you see a figure higher than 243k. But if you see a figure lower than 243k, it is bad for the dollar. And I expect this data to be strong. Why? The previous data was 303k. And the consensus is saying that it might be 243k. If this data turns out to even be 250k, it is still higher than the consensus. Dollar will be strong. So what we're watching out for is the non-farm payroll. Every other thing here is going to be a derivative or more like a distraction. So we're watching out for the non-farm payroll. If you see a figure higher than 243k, AUD will be massively strong, and to start selling. Dollar will start selling against every other pair. Then to wrap up the week, we have global service PMI for dollar. I already explained what the service PMI is, and the ISM service PMI, which has to do with the service sector. If you see a figure higher than 50.9 and 52, it is good for dollar. If you see a figure lower than 50.9 and 52, it will be bad for dollar. But the major news for that day, everybody will be watching out for, is non-farm payroll. So 2 days I will not be missing my trading is on Wednesday, which is interest rate decision, and on Friday, which is non-farm payroll. This news event can have about 100 pips move in the market. 100 pips move. So what I think will happen here, based on my experience, on Wednesday, dollar will be weak, because interest rate, when it is unchanged, dollar will be weak. On Friday, dollar will gain back those weakness that was implemented on Wednesday. I've declared it. Go and write it somewhere. Based on my experience, Wednesday, dollar will be weak, 7 p.m. So we're buying Euro USD. But by Friday, dollar will be strong. We'll start selling Euro USD. We'll start buying dollar. So I have a question here by Chukoka. He says, what will happen to us that don't know the basic of Forex? Okay, thank you. I answered this question yesterday. I'm going to answer it again. My brothers and my sisters, I told you that at the end of this call, I have an opportunity for you. And the opportunity is this. A lot of you want to learn the basics. You want to know what is Forex trading. You want to know what is pips. You want to know what is broker. You want to know what is stop loss, how to place your trade, and so on and so forth. Good. But for you to learn that, you need to be able to get ready to join our academy. You need to get ready to join our academy. Meanwhile, I'm a charitable person, and I understand that if I'm able to help you learn this skill, you can be able to earn some money. And if you earn some money, you can be able to help our country, Nigeria. Okay? So what I do is that you either get a package of the 1 month, the 3 months, the 6 months, or the 1 year. These are our websites. You can get the package of the 1 month, the 3 months, 6 months, or the 1 year. But if you cannot pay for those ones, we have free content. We have free content. And I post this content back to back on our group on WhatsApp. The link to the group is on the description. I also post it on Telegram. The link is there. Go and watch our free content. If I paste the link, don't be lazy. Copy it and go and do what I tell you to do and watch it. I post free content. Watch those free content. Okay? And then I gave you an opportunity. No other person has given you this opportunity. I gave you an opportunity. If you're able to tell your friends about this particular business, and they enroll for the 1 month, which is about $49, you get 10% of it. 10% is about $4.9. If you tell 10 persons it is $49, you can be able to pay for your own 1 month class. Do you understand? So it's a win-win situation. I'm giving you my free content. I already took my time to record, upload. Take your time to watch and implement. Then in the process, you have a plan. Tell people about this program. When they pay for this program, you will be able to earn a commission and be able to pay for your own training. Let me also share my own life experience, because if I'm saying this thing, it all seems like I want to do networking. No. When I started Forex trading, in 2019. Okay, I got a job. I worked for 6 months. I did not ask for money. I worked for 6 months. Okay, I got a job. Even at my job, so for the first 3 months, I not received my full salary. The money they even gave me, I funded it into my broker account. I was trading. I want to make more money. You understand? You have to be intentional of things you did. In my compound, I was washing my neighbor's car. You understand? Because if I'm saying it like this, you'll be like somebody dashed me 1 billion overnight or 1 million overnight. No, it was a progress, step by step. I got a job, saved up money, got a mentor, paid the mentor. I paid him because I know that his experience and expertise will get me to where I want to be. I'm not looking for free class. I'm looking for somebody I can pay that has walked the map, has walked the rope, and I paid him. He gave me access to his education. I started learning. You can start helping your neighbors. You can start offering services. I'm telling you, every little thing you do helps the economy. I've explained service to you. I've explained retail to you. I've explained manufacturing to you. Which one are you doing? Which one are you doing? You can even sell products, retail sales. Help me sell. I generate money. I help you learn from my company. Retail sales, it's a win-win situation. Don't always look up to people that they need to handle 100% responsibility. You need to change that mindset and change it quick. That's why I'm giving you my free content. Go to the website, go and read the content that says how to think like a wealthy person. Let me open it here because I want to open it so you go and read it. It is free. You're not taking money from me. Because I have seen that what your problem is the mindset. The problem is not the opportunity. Opportunity is all around you. Before God and before man, every single day you live on this earth, there are thousands and thousands of opportunities you miss. But it's because that the mindset is not prepared to handle such opportunity. You don't see it. All you see is problems. You need to change that mindset first, and you start seeing opportunities every single place you go. So this is what you do. You log in, you register for free class, Rise and Grind. Go to this Rise and Grind. I want you to change your mindset. Change that mindset first. Then you understand what I'm saying. They'll be like, I removed something from your eye. Go over here, go and watch how to invest $1 million. Go and watch 5 reasons why start from this one self. 5 reasons why getting rich is easy. Because most of you think that getting rich is hard. 5 reasons why getting rich is easy. Go and watch that one. If it is the only thing you watch today from my free content, watch it, only this one. You will see that you are the one giving yourself the excuses. Opportunity is all around you. You can offer services to your neighbor. Wash your cars, remove a fella, wash their cars, get a job to clean somebody's compound. They will pay you salary. You come and pay for your course and start learning Forex trading. It's simple and it is short. Have a roadmap, have a plan. What other person is achieving does not concern you. What concerns you is your own achievements, your own goals. I'm speaking from a standpoint of, I'm speaking to you as a brother wherever you are. I'm speaking to you as a father wherever you are. If I'm older than you, I'm speaking to you as a father wherever you are. You need to take action. Nobody owes you a dime. You owe yourself 100% of whatever you need in this life. Whatever your life is today is a replay effect of your choices. Take the action. I've given you the opportunity. I've given you free content on my website, giving you free content on my Facebook page, a lot of information. You need to take out the time to learn it. You need to take out time to learn it. And I've also given you the opportunity that you cannot even, you don't need to learn. I know that a lot of people are lazy to learn Forex trading and they cannot even implement Forex trading after learning. Enroll for copy trading. How much will it take? $25. $25. $25 today is about 32,000 naira. 1 month minimum wage as paid for your copy trading. From the copy trading, you can be receiving $5, $10 on a weekly basis, redrawing it. You're splitting profit with me. I'm doing the trading. You're receiving the profit. You're sharing profit with me. Think of win-win situation. Nobody is here to take your money and run. I'm here to give you value. I'm giving you value back to back to back to back to the end of time, because my passion is leadership and financial freedom. What makes me happy is to see the transformation in your life when you become less bothered about money and live the life you love. That's what I'm telling you. So Ekene says, can the Forex class hold offline too? Yes, the Forex class can hold offline too. We have our Forex classes here in Enugu. We can schedule meeting one-on-one. We see face-to-face, and we'll have the Forex class offline. And this Forex class is divided into two. One, we can have mentorship. The price of mentorship is for 1 month straight. We are charging $25, $250 now for the 1 month mentorship face-to-face. And we have two. If you enroll for our website 1 month online, you have access to me 7 times, which is 1 week offline class. If you enroll for 3 months, you have 2 weeks offline class with me. 6 months, you have 3 weeks offline class, and 1 year you have a month offline class with me. It's now up to you to break it down how you want to see me and when you want to see me. And the purpose of the offline class is to be able to break down this information for you. Mainly is not to teach you, but when it comes to mentorship, I will teach you, I'll break it down for you. That's the difference. That's why it is way more expensive. The mentorship is $250 for a month. Okay, we schedule our time, I'll teach you, I'll break it down for you. But the online class, you also have offline class with me. I can say independence layout. Okay, independence layout in Enugu. If you want to have a meeting with me, we can schedule a meeting. We'll meet and we'll discuss independence layout in Enugu. From ESBS, you can get to me. Okay, we have a VIP lodge where we meet our students and we discuss with them. I'll send you the address. You can be able to come and meet us there and we discuss. We schedule a day and a time. You come and meet us there and we discuss. Okay. Meanwhile, for those in Port Harcourt, for those in Lagos, I'm having a big arrangement for you people. I have my partners there. You can go to their office and start learning offline. I'm making big arrangements for you guys. I have my partners there. But you must first of all register an account with my broker to be able to gain access to this opportunity. If you are not registered, you can't gain access. For those in Port Harcourt and for those in Lagos, I'll be sending you guys the details more. But you need to first of all register with my broker, HFM. Okay, so please, can you differentiate between the German euro and other sets of euro? How do they affect the market respectively? Okay. So let's go to that calendar. So the question is, please, can you differentiate between Germany euro and other sets of euro? Okay. So let's say now this is on Thursday. We have euro here. This is Austria. We have euro here, Spain. We have euro here, Italy. We have euro here, France. We have euro here, Germany. We have euro here, Euro Central. We have euro here, Greece. Okay, so the difference is clear. Each of these data represents this particular region in the euro zone. Let's say, for instance, we are in Africa. We're in Africa, and in Africa, South Africa has their unemployment rate. Okay, and then Nigeria has their unemployment rate. If you're in South Africa, when you get that unemployment rate that it is high, it is bad for your economy. Your currency will be weak. In Nigeria, if you see our unemployment rate is strong, it is good for our economy. Our currency will be weak. Sorry, it is good for our economy. Our currency will be strong. But euro is different because it is a collective country. It is a basket of countries together. It is a basket of countries together that formed together. and brought out that their currency is euro, but it is a basket of countries, just like South Africa, Ghana, Angola come together and say, okay, everybody, let us start using naira. That's what's happening there. So the collective efforts within these countries is making the euro strong or weak. Strong or weak. Do you understand? So it is a collective effort. That's why a lot of people prefer to buy euro bonds denominated in dollar. People that are aging for their 50s, 60s, 70 years, okay? The safest investment they can do is they have like 1 billion naira, they can just buy euro bonds that they will pay them interest. They can pay them interest of 40% in a year, which means that before this bond fell, they must have a war that will destroy Spain, destroy Italy, destroy France, destroy Germany. And that's not happening. The probability of that happening is very, very small. That's why people prefer to buy euro bonds. That's why euro bonds is very, 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 very popular, because of these countries. They are powerful. They are powerful. That's why they come together and they say we want to have one currency, euro, and every contribution we do will make this euro strong or make this euro weak. Euro is stronger than dollar now. If you're earning in euro, you're earning way higher than somebody earning in dollar. Do you understand? That is the power of collectiveness, and I hope I've answered your question. All of them, they are collective. They are collective, Azoro Daniel. But it's just for different countries. These data are then represented in different countries under that euro. Then I get Atama said, what of those in Anambra? To be honest with you, if you're in Anambra, you have two things you can do. First of all, you can enroll on our website and pay for the online classes. Or secondly, you can come down to Enugu if you want the mentorship. Come down to Enugu, we arrange accommodation for you. Then you pay for your mentorship and we can teach you for a certain duration of time. Okay? The cost for the mentorship is different from the online classes. So I'm giving you this opportunity to learn from the online if that is really more affordable, or you can learn offline. If you are buoyant enough, you can learn offline, cover the cost of your accommodation, and then you can learn face-to-face offline. Yeah, in Enugu. You need to come to me in Enugu. I will not come to Anambra. I will come to Enugu. But I'll make arrangements. Let's see if my partners are in Anambra. Then, if they are, I'll give you an opportunity. You can go to the office and learn from them. But for now, I'm sure Port Harcourt and Lagos is secure. Port Harcourt and Lagos. Any other question? Any other question before I call it a wrap? We have tried today. Can I please reach out to me on WhatsApp? My link to my WhatsApp is on the description. My link on WhatsApp is on the description. You reach out to me on WhatsApp. Any other question before you call it a wrap? You need to know that 10x Digital Lane is our website. It's an online platform. Okay, and what an online platform helps us to do is that we can leverage on technology. I am leveraging on technology. As a wealthy person, my mentor told me, leverage on technology you have. Okay, I have just 24 hours in a day. Okay, and when I started my academy newly, I used to meet people one-on-one. And it is stressful. One, talking is stressful. Somebody is stressful. And breaking down to somebody is stressful. Breaking down the process to someone is stressful. That's why I have to leverage on technology. I built a website. Everything I have to talk to you about, everything I have to explain to you, I recorded it and I put it on the website. Just go enroll for the class. Just click on launch course. This is the Forex class you're asking for. Beginner Forex part 1A. Okay, you launch it here. You start learning. See, the question you're asking, we have part 1A, part 1B, we have pro. You're already a trader. You know how to trade. You know everything in trading. You want to learn my strategy. Okay, just go and start learning pro. Forget the beginner part 1A and part 1B. It doesn't concern you. You're already a pro on that level. Just go and learn my strategy. That's where pro comes in. You're already experienced. But if you're not experienced, this is where you start from. You ask yourself, what is Forex trading? You click on start lesson. History of Forex trading. Market participant. When to trade. And so on and so forth. You just click on it. And then over here, this button comes up. And boom, you click on the button. And you start taking down the leveraging technology from here I can be able to somebody in South Africa. I've taught someone in South Africa. It's not that I've taught someone in South Africa. I've taught someone in the United States of America. I've taught someone in London. Okay. I've taught someone from here in Nigeria, helping the economy of Nigeria, because if this money still comes in, I'm investing it into Nigeria. I'm trying to help this naira to become strong, because if everybody run away from Nigeria, who is going to build the economy? And forex traders, you're meant to know that. Me going to any country now, I'm going there to establish. I'm not going there to go and live forever and run away from my country, not building the naira as a currency. Soldier go, soldier come, barracks remain. Because if you run finish, you will still, whenever anything happens to you, they'll still send you down to Nigeria, except to become a citizen of that country. You have chosen to become a citizen. You want to now start building that country's currency full time. That's the way forex traders think. Because we know that every single action we take helps and builds the currency in a good way or in a bad way. You understand? So that is what you need to understand. So these are our courses. Just come and enroll. Over here, we send our signals. We have trading signals. We send signals. We also send signals on WhatsApp and on our Telegram to make it more easy for you to access. But you can as well get it on our website. We have our trading tools here. Advanced terminal, advanced chart where you can analyze the market. We have advanced chart where you can analyze the market. We have crypto scanner. We have market cap. Okay, we have the market cap. Let me open the advanced chart. You can come here and analyze the market. Euro USD, GP USD, AUD USD, any chart at all. Bitcoin, Ethereum. If you have any questions, please drop it on the comment section. We're about to round up. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. And the opportunity I'm offering to you, if you're watching this right now, we have our 1 month package, which is about $49, okay, which is about 61,215 naira. You can pay 20,000 naira today, okay. This opportunity is lasting from throughout this week, from Monday to Friday. You can pay 20,000 naira throughout this time period, okay, and pay the balance of 41,215 naira as you learn and aid. So literally, you're going to pay 20,000. The balance will be paid later on. This is the opportunity I'm giving to everyone on this call today. Okay, this is the advanced chart. All the tools you need is inside there. Okay, this is the affiliate portal where you get your link to share with your friends and family and invite them to come and join our system. As they join and pay, you earn a commission, and you can as well earn commission up to the amount you used to pay for your class. Okay, it's a win-win situation. Help me build, I help you as well. It's a win-win situation. Don't think one way. Don't think let me take. What can I give so I can take? That's what it is at this point. Okay, let's build a genuine relationship. Let's build a genuine partnership. Let's build a genuine vision for each other. Okay, so that's what I think I have to say. Without any other questions, I think we're going to call it a wrap. If you're finding it difficult to reach out to me and pay, you can as well pay on this this store, seller.co. The link is going to be on the description. As soon as this meeting ends, I'll go and adjust the price. Over here, I'll adjust it appropriately. I'll put this at $49 and also adjust every other price, okay, over here. And these are what you'll be getting. These are our accurate price here for those asking. These are $49 for a month. For 3 months is $139.65. For 6 months is $264.06. For 1 year is $470.04. You can pay with bank transfer, your debit card, your cryptocurrency. After you make the payment, you gain access to the 6 months intensive online bootcamp, which is worth around $250. I'll invite guest trainers from London and US to teach you, expert traders, which is worth about $460. You have our free forex software files, indicators. We will share with you, worth $65. We are going to give you VIP signals. You can place trades and earn 1,000% return, or even enroll for our copy trading system, okay, which will enable you to trade automatically. You can as well enroll for our account management services. You start with a minimum of $1,000 for account management services. We gain access to the account. We trade. You're not giving us money. You're not sending us money. You're not sending us any investment. We're not taking investment in forex trading. Everyone I tell you to send them money that they will trade for you. I'm not taking money to trade for you. You deposit it in your account. You deposit your money in your account. You have control of your account. You can withdraw your money anytime you want to withdraw. Then you have to just give me the MT4. That's what they call MetaTrader 4. It's an online app that helps me to trade your money for you. But I cannot withdraw. I cannot deposit. Do you understand? That's what you're giving us in the account management service. Minimum we can take $1,000. We can as well show you some companies you can go and register with and get $5,000, $10,000. You give us, we manage it for you. We withdraw profit, you share profit as business partners. Win-win situation. I have the skill, you have the money. Bring the money, I teach you the skill. Or bring the money, I make more money for you. We share profits. It's a win-win situation. It's not a one-sided thing. Okay. Then we have the free mentorship into the VIP Forex VIP Master Group. I am sharing the free mentorship with you people on our WhatsApp group. I'm sending the content to you, so you're already getting value. You also get the free mentorship on our website. This one already is out. You already get it, which is worth around $65, but you're getting it for free. Then we have one-on-one session. The purpose of the one-on-one session is to answer your questions and break down this topic for you. Okay, it's not to teach you based on the online, but if you're going for mentorship, we will teach you and we'll break it down for you. Then we have my textbook. We wrote the textbook, Forex Mastery, a guide to trading success. I'll send the book to you. You will learn it, and then you can be able to what? Keep memorizing what you've learned. Once you're done with our classes, you enroll for our quiz. If you pass the quiz, we give you our certificate. This is the certificate here, which will show that you have passed through our process and you're now a profitable trader. If you don't pass through our quiz, you cannot get our certificate because you have not completed the full discipline. You need to show us here is that what I have done with you, I have been able to learn and I've been able to practice and I've been able to get the results. Then we give you the certificate. You understand? Then that is what shows that you have been able to become a profitable trader. You can manage your funds. You can live on trading. You can manage for other people their funds. So if you enroll for 6 months package with us, you get $5,000 account from a broker. Okay, the 6 months package is about $264.06. If you also enroll for 1 year, you get that same $5,000. If you enroll for the mentorship, you also get the $5,000 at the end of the mentorship session. If you have any questions, drop it on the comment section. If you don't have any questions, in the meantime, I will end this Zoom call. In about few minutes time. I think we have news today for Euro. In about 36 minutes, there's going to be news on Euro. I will analyze the market, but I will not be sending signals. Me personally, I will not be trading today. My 2 most favorite trading days this week is Wednesday and Friday, because I know I have an assured trading outcome. Based on probability, I have an assured trading outcome. So even if I don't trade today, I will not panic. And can I reach out to me on WhatsApp now? I'll give you a reward. Reach out to me on WhatsApp. I'll give you a reward. That one is not a problem at all. Then you share with the community. Are you an experienced trader or are you a beginner trader? Are you an experienced trader or are you a beginner trader? I'll be watching the chat. I'll be giving you guys updates. So join our WhatsApp free group. The link is on the description. Join our Telegram. The link is on the description. Okay. If I drop content on the WhatsApp for the free students, make out time to go and watch it. That's the way you learn. Make out time to go and practice it. Okay, Ekene is a beginner. Good. This gift I'll be giving to you is going to help you at your beginner stage. Thank God you're a beginner. At least most of everybody here that say they don't know what is a Forex, don't know the history of Forex, I'll give you a free product that will give you the insights that will be able to know about all this. So just reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll give you the product and also the access you need. So we'll be having such opportunities countless times. So if you have our live sessions, join our live sessions. I'll ask questions. If you answer the question, you can gain access to our academy. Okay, be on the questions on the live session. Don't just be body present, absent minded. Be body present and also mind present. Take down notes. If I ask a question, you answer the question, you win a reward. If you have questions, you answer the question, you win a reward. So we'll call it a wrap. No other questions from here. I wish you guys a profitable trading week. Thank you for watching to this point. Thank you for staying to this point. And I see, Ekene, you're a hungry person. You're hungry for success. From the beginning of this live session, you were here with me. To the end, you were here. The time we started, by 7:04, you were here. Now we have ended, you're here. Ekene, you're hungry. And success is just the beginning point, because you have seen success and I've declared it for you. Thank you, everyone, and have a profitable trading week. You need hungry people.